goals for this year are to do $20 million in software sales in Indian country through my team, and to do that business with at least 4 Native American firms. That's my specific goal for my team. What the bigger IBM corporate goals are, I'm not quite sure. But we are in phase 2 of that process. Phase 1 had to do with education, building trust, and then phase 2 will be generating sales, identifying, vetting Native American business partners, and taking that to market to sell in Indian country.
Anyone else wish to address their goals?
Yeah. That's been one of my battle cries, Kenny. At Pitney Bowes, again, as I stated before, I've been on for 8 months now. But when I set up the goals for the strategy for the next 3 years, one of the things I looked at was we concentrate more on percentage. I don't like percentage. What I want to see is where the money's being spent. The major metrics for me is the number of diverse businesses that we're doing business with and the total dollars that we're spending. By default, you'll get your percentage. So I don't concentrate on percentage. So therefore, when we developed the percentages for 2015, okay, we said we were going to do a level 1, actually a level 3 of 5% increase over the prior year and a stretch of 10%. At Pitney Bowes, performance and bonuses are tied to meeting those targets. You don't meet them, you don't get paid. So they put their money where their mouth is. I have a goal in my mind that I'm pushing hard for us to exceed 100 million in diverse spend. And I'm gonna push hard for that. We did very well last year. We did 68 million. I believe we can do a lot better. I've analyzed the categories. You know, we have about 240 categories, subcategories, and I know what the numbers are in each of those categories of diverse spend and not, okay? And how that diverse spend is added up. So what I've done is that I've been working with the directors in our procurement department, and we're setting targets that we're going to be spending in a lot more different subcategories and not just a few, even though we're doing great numbers. So that's what we're doing at Pitney Bowes. Okay, and I can tell you, I'm going to be here next year, and I'm going to tell you those numbers will be reached.
Any other questions?
Hi, Jay Calhoun with Cherokee Nation. Thanks for being here today. We really appreciate you participating in this event. My question, you know, we've been hearing a lot about you need essentially strategic partners versus vendors, right? You need strategic partners that can meet your requirements on price, on quality, on time. That usually requires 2 things, management and scale. So there has been discussion in Indian country over the last several months with tribes coming together to provide the capital for the scale and also to bring talent from the Native Americans, the Wharton grads and the HBS and Tuck grads that are out there. Would the companies be willing to invest alongside the tribes to develop these large strategic partners managed by Native Americans that can service your needs?
Andrew kind of answered it earlier. It might be above a couple of pay grades here.
Yeah.
Okay.
I was gonna say that.
But I think it's a good question and another good challenging question, because most of the businesses, small businesses, have heard you need to partner, you need to joint venture. So the next thing is, are you willing to invest in this? And I would say a compelling story for a company, if you can tell that compelling story for them to invest, is it cost? You know, is it cost for it? What is the value add? And again, and it gets to my point earlier about getting to the stakeholder. Whoever that stakeholder is in a joint venture such as that, they are the ones who are going to make or help to make that decision. So my takeaway or my answer would be understanding what that joint venture looks like, getting to the stakeholder, and this should be the start of it, these folks here, getting to that, telling that compelling story to these folks, and now it becomes incumbent upon them to get you to that stakeholder. Again, challenging them at that next level. This is a different story about I'm a supplier supplying widgets, okay? No, this is a strategic joint venture that we feel can do X, Y, and Z in support of your organization. Who do I need to talk to, okay? And it becomes incumbent upon them to get you to that person. And again, what I also say to suppliers, and again, suppliers have heard this old age, do your homework, know the company better than they know themselves. If you're thinking of a strategic venture and a strategic joint venture, you probably do know that company fairly well that you're going after. So my takeaway is that you probably know that key stakeholder that can help to make that decision. Now it becomes incumbent upon these people to get you in front of that stakeholder. So that would be my thought.